What's poppin' YouTube and welcome to my channel, Astro Finesse. It's your boy Lil Finesse Jiggy Hippie, back with another video for y'all. And in this video right here is if your Black Moon Lilith is in Scorpio or in the 8th house. And I'll pause for the cause if you don't know how to find your Black Moon Lilith. If you're a new subscriber, if you're just starting off your journey of self-love, self-knowledge, self-understanding, if you don't understand how important it is, especially during this time in the world that we're living in, to understand yourself, to know who you are energy wise, to look at your chart, look at your energies, to know who you should be around and how you're supposed to be interacting with other people based on your energies in your chart. If you just started off your whole journey, if nobody put you on to how important it is to study all this stuff, don't worry, I got you. There's a couple of videos, I'll put the link in the description. You're gonna have to watch them first to become hip to the knowledge of what I'm about to talk about right now. So if you look at your birth chart or your natal chart, it's the same thing, and you realize that your Lilith is in the 8th house or in the sign of Scorpio, this video is for you. So without further ado, let's get it poppin', shall we? Now you already know, before I start, I'm gonna give y'all a list of some celebrities so y'all can visually see what Lilith and Scorpio people look like and act like in reality. Then I'm gonna have a list of celebrities that have Lilith in the 8th house. So to start, we got Taylor Swift, Johnny Depp, Beyonce, Christina Aguilera, Eminem, Emma Watson, Jessica Alba, Alicia Keys, The Weeknd, Nicolas Cage, Serena Williams, and Pharrell Williams. Now these are the celebrities that got Lilith in the 8th house. We got Angelina Jolie, Kylie Jenner, Whitney Houston, James Franco, Pink, Frank Sinatra, John Mayer, Kesha, Jeff Bezos, Selena, and Azealia Banks. Alright, so boom, Lilith in Scorpio or Lilith in the 8th house. So to start off, you already know I gotta give y'all the rendition or the rundown of what Lilith means for those who have never heard of it, don't know what it means. Before I say the story about Lilith and what it represents in your chart, understand I'm going to be reciting an ancient mythological story, ancient mythology. So this is a myth, so don't take me literally as in what I'm going to say is it literally happened, or you probably heard a different version of the stories. There's definitely many different versions because it's been passed down many generations. These are ancient myths, but what we're supposed to take away from this is the symbolisms from the stories, what it represents, and that's how you could take the knowledge from the story so you can use it for your own personal gain. So this is an ancient myth, this is mythology. So Lilith, way back in the Maybach, Lilith started out as the first wife of Adam. Adam was made from the dirt from the ground, and Lilith was also made from the dirt from the ground, so they're both created exactly equal. Now, living together in the Garden of Eden, living together in paradise, everything was good. When it came to sex, Adam being the man, Adam always wanted to be on top, and Adam always wanted to dominate. Lilith, in her mindset, was like, we're made from the dirt from the ground, we're both made equally. Why do I always have to be submissive to you? Why do I always have to succumb to your masculinity? Why do I always have to be under you? She wanted to be on top sometimes as well. She wanted to dominate during sex too. She didn't always want to be submissive all the time. So she wanted to express her sexuality in a liberated type of way without being looked down upon. So because of this, Adam, being the man, was like, nah, I'm not having that. I don't want that. So he rejected Lilith from the Garden of Eden. So this is a very key word. This is rejection. Lilith in our chart can symbolize rejection, where we feel rejected, how we can what we keep deep down inside that we suppress. So she got rejected from the Garden of Eden, and then her replacement was Eve, but she came out of the rib of Adam rather than her being made of the dirt from the ground too. She came out of the rib of Adam, so instead of them being created equally, they became one. Like they both need each other, masculine and feminine. They became one in harmony, in harmonious, like harmonious unity. Basically, they became one body. So with this, Lilith, she went off to the wilderness, to the dark place, to the dark side. She wanted to have relations with the demons and the devil and the dark forces and all that. So Lilith represents that dark energy. It's a very dark energy. Lilith in astrology is like that black matter, that dark matter in between the moon and the earth, that dark matter. So Lilith represents very dark energy. So she got kicked out wilderness, so she's shunned, she feels rejected. It's another key word. Feels rejected, feels shunned. Has a lot of pent up revenge, pent up anger. Some stories say she came back as a serpent, talking to Eve, like, listen, Eve, you don't have to listen to them. They're hiding something from you. Eat from the tree of life. You don't have to be submissive all the time. Do what you want. Eat from the tree of life. Like, you know that story, how Adam and Eve with the serpent. So that's where that story came about from there. So all in all, though, Lilith represents in our chart our deep dark desires, our deep the way we could feel repressed in a way from growing up, the way that we can have a way of feeling a pent up revenge, pent up anger in us. But all in all, it's going to be our dark shadow side to ourselves. So the sign that it's in is what is being expressed. The house that it's in is where in our life it's being manifested, if that makes sense. So if you have a Lilith in Scorpio or a Lilith in the 8th house, 8th house Lilith, you already know the 8th house represents, like, you know, shared assets, represents our death, transformations ruled by Scorpio. So assets that you share, assets that you get from people, death and rebirth, transformation, Scorpio things. That's the 8th house tendency. So if you have a Lilith in this house or you have a Lilith in the Scorpio, what does this mean? So now, boom, to start, it said that Lilith is exalted in this placement, because you know how I was talking about the pent up revenge, pent up anger, dark energy. Those characteristics are very similar to Scorpio characteristics. So like having a Lilith in Scorpio, understand that when it comes to the dark energy, the dark sexual energy, because she wanted to be liberated, she wanted to liberate herself sexually. The dark sexual energy is very, very strong in this placement, or very, very strong in this house. So the way that every single Lilith sign has a way of manipulating people, and I'll start off with this, the way that Lilith in Scorpio manipulates people is obviously through their sexual energy, but this is a Lilith in Scorpio, so a dark energy in the sign of a dark sign, basically, because, you know, Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto, as we all should know by now. Pluto being the farthest planet from the sun, so the darkest planet. So I'm not saying dark as in like y'all just devilish and demon. I'm just saying dark as in the energy that y'all exhibit is very mysterious, very laid back, very secretive, and very dark. That's where the darkness comes from. And y'all are attracted to the dark side of life, to occult side of life. Occult is like hidden knowledge, hidden things. So y'all are attracted to the mysteries. Y'all are attracted to being detectives and digging for things that are hidden. So y'all are already attracted to this kind of things. So the way that y'all manipulate people, though, is through your sexual energy that oozes out of y'all in a very dark, mysterious way, sexually. Like, this energy has a very strong sexual appeal to it. It attracts people sexually, or you could be the type to have low-key an addiction to people that are sexually appealing to you, or people that are sexually appealing, or you can have addiction to sex, or sex is a really big part of your life. But the way that y'all do it, the way that y'all manipulate people sexually, it's obviously through the Scorpio eyes. Y'all really do something called, y'all could cast love spells, that's the word, love spells on people through your eyes, through the eye contact. Scorpio energy has this thing that it's like a very driven and very ambitious, just like, because ruled by Mars. So Aries is very ambitious, so Aries have the similar energy. But having that Pluto aspect to it, it's like having all that ambition, all that drive, and hiding it under a Pluto blanket, hiding it under darkness, hiding it under mystery. So with this placement, when you like somebody, or when you want to get somebody, when I say get somebody, I do mean like possess somebody, because this placement, Lilith and Scorpio people, they don't want to get in relationships, or they don't want to get in situations where they're not in full control. They want to have full control over that person. They want to possess that person. And having this placement, you should be aware that you are easily able to manipulate somebody, or easily able to possess somebody, to get somebody's soul in a way, through your magnetic eyes, through your magnetic sexual attraction, and through the love spells that you could cast on people. Like with this placement, if you're a man and you're not like really in touch with yourself, if you're not in control of your sexual energy, and you're dealing with a Lilith and Scorpio person, Lilith and Scorpio female, she will get you like this, because like they can really pull your attraction, they can really pull you towards them, they can really pull you to always think about them, especially in a sexual way. They have this thing that they could really pull their victims, their suitors. It's like when I say victims, because all in all, they want to have the top power. They want to be on top. Lilith wanted to be on top. All in all, they want to be on top. They want to have the power in the situation. So they use their energy. They use their sexual appeal. They know that they're very sexually appealing, so they can use that to gain their victims to come to them. They can use that to gain their next suitor to come to them in order to do 8th house things, in order to get other people's assets, to gain money, to gain assets and all that from other people. They use their sexual energy to gain resources from other people, if that makes sense. 8th house tendencies. So be aware that you can really be extremely sexually appealing to people, or people can look at you and not even know why, but they always think about you when you're not with them. You can like cast it, like I said, the love spells, like when you're dealing with somebody, you stare at them for a very, very long time. You look and make that strong eye contact. And then when y'all not together no more, that person is thinking like, damn, I can't get this person off my mind. Like, damn, I want to pursue this person now. Like, it's like the mystery that y'all have within yourselves, that sexual energy that's oozing out of y'all, that Lilith and Scorpio, dark, mysterious energy that's like really oozing out of y'all. Because remember, Scorpio, Lilith is a very strong, mysterious, dark, sexual energy that just comes out without y'all even trying. You don't have to do nothing. Literally, you don't have to do nothing except just stare at somebody and make eye contact with them for I'm gonna say like 10 seconds, even 10 seconds. Like, you even have like a strong eye contact with somebody and you already got their soul just like that, because that's how strong that energy is. So yeah, that person will be thinking about you in a very sexual way too, but always be thinking about you. And then they're caught, and they're caught in your web. They're caught in your attraction, and then that person will become obsessed with you at the same time. So understand that even though you might say like, oh damn, so I could cast love spells with my eye contact, I could pull people to me whenever I want to, understand that when you intentionally do this to somebody that you don't really plan on really having for the long haul, or really plan on really having a deep connection with, if you're just doing that just for fun, or just doing that just to see if it works, if you do that, the person you're doing this to is going to be obsessed with you. So understand that it will be hard now to get them away from you if you're not really looking for that kind of relationship, if you're not really looking for that kind of connection. Like, people can really be obsessively obsessed with you because of what you exude out, because of your mysterious nature, because of your energy. People can really be drawn to you so much and they'll become obsessed with you. So if you want to go ahead and act like, I have all the power, I could do what I want, I could actually, get whoever I want, understand that with your energy, I'm just telling you how strong and how powerful your sexual attraction is with this placement. With this energy, you will get people obsessed with you to the point you're going to get stalkers, to the point that people are just going to be so like, they're like, that love spell is so real with this placement. Like, they're going to be so like, you're going to be in their mind so much that they're going to always want to be going towards you, want to be with you, want to get to know you, want to really get into your business. Even though y'all like to be low key and mysterious, y'all like to be to yourselves a little bit, like to be y'all don't like to give up the power, which is your power that y'all giving up is the vulnerability or just not being able to be figured out. Y'all like to not be able to get figured out. But because of this energy that y'all exude out, people will be so drawn to you and so obsessed with you that even if you want them to leave you alone, or you want to like leave that person, they will still be like that attachment, because you could really get somebody's soul through your eyes. Like, the eyes are the window of the soul. Scorpio has that stare. Scorpio is ruled by sex. Sex is the most powerful energy that us humans can harness, and y'all rule sex. So understand that sexual energy, that y'all have that power to really get somebody like that. If you don't use it, if you use it for your own personal intentions, for your own personal gain, you could get somebody who could really be obsessed with you to the max. Or with this placement, you could be the type to really be obsessive over somebody, over a specific person to the max, that you can really get anybody you want through your mind of just thinking about that person for a very deep and intense time. And you'll find that even the way you even think about that person, you'll peep that they'll start to pursue you through how intense and how strong your mind and your willpower is, by just like your thoughts and how to get somebody. So what this placement is all about, understanding that you have a way of sexually manipulating people, of sexually getting people to do what you want. when it comes to sex, y'all always want to have that person. You want to like dominate that person. Like you want to be on top and dominate that person, to really get their soul, to really have that person, to really possess that person to the max. With this placement 2, you could be really attracted to occult knowledge. You could really dive deep into being obsessed about digging the hidden things of life, digging the hidden things of people. You're a natural born detective, so this is a good placement to really be like, to really detect things that are hidden, but you can really be obsessive about the dark side of life. This is a real big placement of obsession with the darkness of life. But all in all, though, understand that do not use your energy to manipulate people sexually, because you will get somebody that you could really y'all could really change people's lives through your energy by not even doing nothing. That's how strong it is. And in contrary, I'm gonna say this again, if you're a man, if you're a woman, if you're a person, whatever, and you can't control your sexual energy, control your sexual urges, you will be a victim to sexual manipulation. It's all about knowing how to control your sexual urges. With this placement, I think about like the women that do like the fans only accounts, or that sell their content, their sexual content to people. They make a lot of money because the men that are buying it are being ruled by their sexual desires. So they're selling their sexual content to get somebody else's assets, 8th house things. So understand that if you're not in control of your sexual energy and you're dealing with like a Scorpio Lilith person, or you're dealing with people like this, you can really have no control of your life because of how drawn sexually you are to that person. Having this placement, you have power of really being able to entice people without doing nothing. Also be careful, like I said, that you might also become addicted to people sexually. You might become addicted to sex, and this is a big thing for this placement, because this having this dark side in Scorpio, or dark side in the 8th house, be careful not to have like, they say you could have like genital problems, like, because Scorpios rule by the genitals, so you can have like genital problems growing up, or some traumatic sexual experiences growing up. Everything that has to do with sex could be like a transformative traumatic event, or very dark events when it comes to this. You could be very obsessive with your sex, or you could get people to be obsessed with you to the max. When I say obsessed with you, you already know I mean stalking you. Why you know why they think about you so much. Just wanting to really be in your business, because that love spell gets casted with your eyes and they're hooked. And it's like think of the Black Widow, the Black Widow spider, when she gets like the male spider, like the male spider comes in the web and he thinks everything is good. They have sex and all of a sudden his life is done. Like, it's like y'all really use your sex as power to gain assets, to gain resources, 8th house, to gain things from people. So this is like the energy of using your sexual energy to get ahead. So be careful that you don't do this, because you know how the universe works. Whatever you put out, you get back in. Having this placement, karma is OD. Scorpio energy is really like a karmic energy. Also, that's Capricorn, but Scorpio energy, because Scorpio really is really good at getting what they want in a low-key way. So if you use this dark energy for your own personal gain, understand that karma is right around the corner. So really have discernment, and really have awareness of what kind of energy you have inside yourself. So that was my video on Scorpio Lilith. I hope y'all enjoyed that. My next video is gonna be Lilith in Sagittarius, and you already know I'm about to go in. If you have subscribed to my channel, appreciate all y'all for real. If you haven't subscribed yet though, go ahead and handle that one time for your boy. Drink your water, mind your business, and be safe out here. It's your boy Lil Finesse Jiggy Hippie. I'm gonna see all y'all when I see y'all.